Hey everyone, Tofu here. Welcome back to more Danganronpa Another. Last time we started the Chapter 4 investigation and trial. It seemed to be pretty straightforward, but now it's getting kind of confusing and a little... I'm not looking forward to what's about to happen, because I feel like there's only one person who it can be, and they've already confessed to it, and I don't think they were lying, and I think it's just gonna be... It's not gonna be good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, you might want to go back and make sure that you watch the last couple episodes, because obviously spoilers will be abound as usual. So, let's just continue the class trial and hope that I'm wrong about this, but I don't have the best feeling about what is about to happen. An impossible crime? What does that mean? It's literally what it means. The incident happened, but no one in this state is capable of causing the incident itself. That can't be. I can affirm, there's no such a thing as an impossible crime in this world. I agree with this. There is no unsolved problem in the world. When a result has happened, it means that there was a series of processes. In this case, how do you explain it? To assert that this was an impossible crime, you gave up on the case. There is a secret that has not yet been solved where your thoughts don't reach the end. Oh my god, I think I just figured it out. I think I just figured everything out. I don't know if I should say it or not, because I don't want to, I don't know. Fuck it, I'm just gonna say what I think happened. I think Haru shot his hand, right? He accidentally shot his hand. Satsuki sees him bleeding out, and he either asks her to put him out of his misery, or she just does it herself, and she shoots him just to get him out of his misery, and she leaves the room, and then Haru, because we know he didn't die instantly, with his last breaths, that's why there was blood all over the room, because he was hobbling all over the place. He locked the room from the inside, and then he died with the room locked to, I guess, try to protect Satsuki. And if that's what happened... Oh, no, please tell me. There has to be another explanation for this. But if neither Kinjo-kun and Makaru, who always knew the critical points of the case, weren't confused enough to say that, it's already a mystery that can't be solved? Shut up. Do I look like I'm panicking right now? Sorry. But it looks like that. It's been a few days now, but these days Kinjo-kun is not Kinjo at all. Just like Maeda-kun before coming to the ballroom. You're being very annoying, damned criminal. Kinjo, why are you saying that? It's not really like you to get emotional so easily. Ignore it. Now we're on a trial. This is a life-or-death war. If you take care of someone who loses their temper during a war, you'll have to go through them. There's no other option. This person or that person. I'm done. Again, this case isn't an unsolved crime. Let's organize the information. Kinjo. First, even if we put on hold Teruya's claim that the crime is impossible, it will be necessary to look at the case from a different point of view. A different point of view? In retrospect, all of the reasoning we've done so far is based on Kurikawa's testimony. Let's step back here for a moment. Has anyone ever seen Kurikawa spying on the hallway? What? What do you mean? In short, Kurikawa's testimony is not too blind, but are Kurikawa's words 100% true? She would be hungry in extreme circumstances. Would she bear with that in mind? Lastly, there could be a possibility that Kurikawa was the culprit. When that idea comes up, she could be playing with all of us. Kinjo. Hey, did you went crazy? Did you really flip around that fast? That's stuff that comes from your mouth. What? I'm talking about possibilities. At the time of Tamori's murder, during Kinjo's testimony, you put a thread on our private room doors to prove our alibis. But that was evidence that no one else knew other than Kinjo. It's the same story. It's different from that. What I've been doing at that time is what I've been doing before the incident, and this is just simply what you've seen and heard testimony. It is meaningless to condemn the truth or falsehood in a testimony. Did you forget what you said? Get his ass! It's utterly disappointing, Tsurugi Kinjo. Even though I was thinking you were just a crazy guy, I admitted your reasoning skills, but now, you've stopped thinking with your head. But since the situation is quite desperate, isn't Kinjo trying to do everything he can? Kurikawa, is there no way to prove it? Your testimony, I mean. I don't know why I have to do this. Why not ask Satsuki or Teruya? Huh? You've heard about my testimony. Teruya admitted that he entered the arsenal a while ago. What about Satsuki?
If I was out at dawn, well, like Kurikawa said, since I'm the killer above top, well, of course I wandered around at dawn.
Even if we ignore the backstory, Dark Circle's testimony is reliable in its own right now. If I were you, I would have known that right away without having to do this cumbersome work. You're noisy. As long as your reasoning hits a wall, it's a way to do what you can. Heh, you admitted with your own words that your reasoning was blocked now? That's funny. Be quiet, Makaru. You're on the same level as we are right now. Do you think you're in a position to mock others now? That's enough.
How come Kurikawa can have this powerful voice in a class trial?
Everyone don't get worked up. Since this is a difficult case, we need to regain stability more than usual, so let's calm down and look back again from the beginning. There must be something we missed. Sorry, as Maeda says, I was getting too excited. I apologize. Then Teruya Otori is not the culprit, I'm sure up to this point. Even if that's true, we'll have to double check. Teruya, are you really sure that you sent a letter to Haruhiko and loaded the bullets?
Well, yes. I'll say, I still can't believe I'm not the culprit. I didn't really read the Monokuma file properly, so in a hurry, I saw the right hand ruptured, so I guessed I was the one who did it.
That probably isn't a lie. Teruya really thought he was the killer. He said a little while ago, as if confessing, he told us he was going to be executed. It's not likely, but something came to my head. Can I speak? Go ahead. An accomplice, or in fact, there were two culprits. How about it? Dismissed. Anyways, all opinions from your brain like that or what? I didn't even expect it. Rubbish opinions like that. A story not worth considering. Anything like that, just crumple it, take it out of your brains, and throw it into the trash. That's unfair. I said it because I was just thinking in my own way. If Teruya had an accomplice, there would have been a person who objected at the time of him being accused as the culprit. Even if not, Teruya would have confessed everything and made a mistake in the end. But what if there was a real criminal, and pointed out Otori-kun as the culprit? Everyone except the real culprit dies, right? Can't you think about a development like that, like the culprit used Otori-kun? Oh, you're using your head, but that wouldn't be it. Even if a culprit secretly works behind Teruya Otori to cover up his sins, it's impossible to work without him because of the limited circumstances of the arsenal. And even if there isn't an accomplice, if we believe using Kurikawa's testimony, the only suspect remaining is Uranami, so she can't be. Huh? Wait a minute. I have a thought that something passed like a flash in my head just now.
No, I am the real culprit.
You're relentless. Why are you claiming to be the killer? Even after that, you don't know anything about this case. The more you claim to be the culprit, the more you claim your innocence. You still don't notice? Yeah, but the things she didn't know about were the things that Teruya did. And he already admitted to that. Let's organize our thoughts. First, Teruya is not the culprit. He didn't shoot. What Teruya did was call Haru using a letter and make a trap that explodes a gun by misloading a bullet. And the person who killed Haruhiko himself. In other words, what the real culprit did, what Teruya didn't do, that is, grabbing a gun to kill Haruhiko, messed up the interior of the arsenal, and finally locked the door with the plank and the grenades. Teruya doesn't know what the real culprit did. If we think like that, conversely, does the culprit know what Teruya did? No, the real culprit wouldn't know what Teruya did. As Makaru said earlier, what Teruya did was unknown to anyone since he was in the closed space of the arsenal, unless the culprit directly sees it or Teruya tells them in advance. Then who is the killer? Wait, guys, there's something I want to check for a moment. Maeda? Before Kurikawa watched during the morning, from that point on, what if someone was hiding inside the arsenal? Could there be such a case? No, I don't think it would happen. Kinjo was tied up, and I saw Taira going to the room before. Makaru. The last time she went into the empty room, to the left of the dance hall, she didn't exit the room at all. When did you see this? Well, you're right. I was investigating the empty room all day long. Then there are only two suspects that Kurikawa has seen, and they don't know what each one have done. In other words, the real culprit doesn't know that Haruhiko received the letter and they don't know why their hand was ruptured. But for some reason, Haruhiko was shot with a gun and killed. There's someone who could fit the conditions right now. They turned themselves at the start of this trial. They entered in the suspect view since they moved at dawn, and no one else can commit a crime at this stage. But is this person really the culprit? If so, why in the world? No! God damn it! No! It's exactly as I said, isn't it? Oh. No. Where is she? I don't want to. No, 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 no. No. No, no. Satsuki, no. You did not. Fuck. I knew it. She fucking admitted it. No. No, 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 no. All of you guys won't want to admit it, but I think I know now. The identity of the culprit. What? Maeda-kun, you know the killer? The person who satisfies all the conditions as the true culprit of this case. It can only be you, Satsuki. What? Satsuki is the killer?
Hooray! You finally came to think of me as the culprit. Only Yuki understands me. I'm so glad.
Wait, Maeda, look at her now. She was picked as the culprit, but she looks rather content. Do you really think that Satsuki is the culprit? Think about it. The only one who could possibly do this is Satsuki. At the beginning of the trial, when Satsuki came out saying she was the culprit, we were trying to interrogate her to see if she really was. However, Satsuki had no idea of the letter that's called Haruhiko and his destroyed right hand, which we thought the culprit would know. Of course, so we thought, because of these reasons, that she wasn't the real culprit. But take a look. The two things mentioned earlier are actually from Teruya's doing, not the culprits. Teruya didn't know that there was someone who killed Haruhiko by shooting him with a separate gun. So on the contrary, did the culprit know that Teruya sent a letter and destroyed his hand? Probably not. It would be impossible to know Teruya's actions unless he himself told the culprit in advance. Then the real culprit would be a person who doesn't know why the letter was sent to Haruhiko's right room, and his right hand exploded, even though they didn't know why his hand ended up that way. And there is someone who meets these conditions. The person who confessed with their own voice that they killed Haru by shooting them, but didn't mention about the right hand nor the letter. And that person is Satsuki.
Well, I'm not sure what you're saying because it's difficult, but anyways, that's right. It was me. I killed Haruhiko.
I think Maeda-kun's reasoning is making sense, but I don't really understand. Satsuki-chan's appearance being like that. Why did you do this, Satsuki-chan? Why did you like it so much when you're being named as a killer? Kabushi Kawa-kun, who was close to Satsuki-chan, with her own hands. How can you say it so lightly that you killed him? Weren't you sad? Think again, incompetent. Of course it's possible to commit the crime, as you said. There's only that woman, but that is absolutely not the reaction of a killer.
I'm not crazy. It's very normal.
She's trying to protect us. Actually, I don't know why Satsuki reacts like that and keeps saying that she's the culprit. However, I can't think of any other reasoning. Maeda's words make sense. In fact, at the time Teruya was not found to be the killer. It was enough to doubt Satsuki because of the circumstances. Maybe as soon as the trial began, Satsuki couldn't be the culprit. We were stuck in stereotypes and we didn't think about it more through. Satsuki, I'll check once more. Are you the culprit? Haruhiko, you killed him with a gun in your hand?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the killer.
Wait, if you're the real killer, can you explain why you're so positive? You were like the one constantly appealed to him as the culprit.
I don't know, just when the trial started, it became bothersome to make excuses, so that's why I just confessed. Now, if it's decided, go ahead and execute me.
If you sound so refreshingly like that, it doesn't look like you're a criminal, on the contrary. I have my doubts too. In the first place, Satsuki-chan doesn't have a personality to kill. Even though that she is resolute to this point, like Makaru said.
It would rather seem like we're choosing the wrong killer and we're gonna die together.
That's not it at all. I was just telling the truth.
What do I do? It's hard to make sure after identifying the killer. This attitude Satsuki has, it's a reaction that defies understanding, like Makaru said. Even like this, can I still point Satsuki as the culprit? Everyone stop. Why are you thinking about a crime is possible, but the reaction is weird? Wake up already. The crime is impossible even for Satsuki.
Why is that?
But Kinjo, based on the testimony by Kurikawa, Haruhiko, Teruya, and Satsuki entered the arsenal at dawn. Of them, Teruya was the first to come out of the arsenal, and then Haruhiko entered the arsenal. Because he was walking through the corridor with Satsuki just before this point, if they entered the arsenal together, then that means perhaps it was at this time that Haruhiko used the gun, and this is likely to be true just by looking at the sounds of the arsenal opening, and Satsuki coming out alone from the corridor. Back off, Maeda. You said it with your own words just now. Satsuki kills Haruhiko and gets out of the arsenal all alone. If she came out, how did she lock the door then? She didn't lock the door, Haru did. It's a clue that you guys found and checked yourselves, right? It is impossible to block the door from the outside in that way. If so, the killer was in the arsenal at least until Maeda and Teruya opened the door. However, Satsuki came out of the arsenal before this. Does this sound like she could still be the killer? And if you look at Satsuki's reaction, that girl used a weapon, but it seems she doesn't know that the arsenal was blocked. So what? Is Satsuki a ninja now?
What was that again? Oh, wait, I know. Maybe you don't know, but what if you used a plank of wood as a barricade?
It seems you were asleep during the trial. How about it? Is there anyone who still thinks Satsuki is the culprit? After listening to Kinjo, it seems that Satsuki is really not the culprit. In the end, the problem lies with the arsenal door being blocked. If we solve this, there should be no problem even if Satsuki is the culprit. Even if you think about it again, it is impossible to put a wood plank inside the arsenal from the outside with grenades on it. There's no time frame at all. I think the current prerequisites were all wrong. The public here probably won't solve this mystery. I'd rather go back from the very beginning and reorganize this case instead.
Well, that sounds nice and all, but I hate it when the trial is taking too long, don't you? It's not a warning, but you better wrap things up soon.
This is like a short trial, though. Like, this has not been that long compared to some of the others. Especially Chapter 2. The alibis of Dawn, Kurikawa's testimony, Teruya's behavior, the wood plank that blocked the arsenal, and Satsuki's incomprehensible reactions, maybe. Have we missed something else? Why does Satsuki have that attitude in the first place? Even Kinjo seems to be confused. Our reasoning is at the very core right now. I think Kinjo is right. Blocking the doors to Satsuki, this is a big problem. My mind is getting more and more complicated. Right now, this is the most important aspect of the case. The arsenal door, the wood plank, the grenades. How to block the door from the outside. Wait, you don't need to go back to the start. If you think about it a little, it should become clear. It's another waste of time. Wait a minute, what's the reason for the flash grenade and the smoke screen? At the very moment the door opens, if the criminal hidden inside escapes through the light and smoke, then the trick to block the arsenal door from the inside is solved. But I'm afraid not. This was already mentioned. It's ridiculous when you think about Dark Circle's testimony at the very beginning. It's been seen that Teruya Otori and Satsuki and Iranami, both of them came out of the arsenal. Inside the arsenal, the last one who came out was Satsuki, I'm sure. But opening the door and coming out the arsenal means the door was not blocked until that last moment.
Well, in a word, doesn't that mean that the body of Haruhiko was left alone in the arsenal until just before Maeda and I opened the door together in the morning?
What does that... It doesn't make sense. It wasn't that the body was alive and blocked the door alone. Oh no, this is starting to sound creepy somehow. Huh? Tyra, wait a second, what did you just say? Yeah, that it started to get creepy. Not that, before that. The body moved and blocked the door, like a zombie from a movie? Well, of course it won't. Such hell science is...
Unscientific. It's like that bear in front of our very eyes. It's unscientific. Hey, what the heck did you just say? I'll have you know that I'm a cutting-edge science product.
The body moved and blocked the door? Of course, a reality like that does not exist. But as Teruya said earlier, it was Haru alone who remained in the arsenal until the end. No way. Could it be? The person who blocked the door to the arsenal, that person's identity is... Flashy, is this Heyman's Gambit? Is this Hangman's Gambit? Is it gonna be in the right language this time? Fucking hell, dude. And it's a longer word this time, too. Motherfucker, dude. Now I just gotta do it randomly. Come on. Give me the fucking... Jesus Christ. Do it. I can't even shoot at it. Why did they make you do this? Why can't you just select it? I don't know, man. Well, that's not right, I don't think. No. Fuck. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Shit, I don't know if I should do this or not. I kind of want to look up how to spell Haruhiko's name in Korean. Because, like, I don't know. My only concern with that is I don't want to get spoiled on anything, potentially, right? Okay, it came up right away. It came up right away. At least I think it did. Yes, that is Korean. Okay. I didn't have to read any wiki articles. Sorry, I'm looking this up on my phone, which is also what I'm using to record my audio. So it's gonna sound a little bit weird for a second. Let me just look at these symbols quick. Okay. It's this one. God damn it, went away. God damn it, that one went away too. Come on. Get back. Get back. What the fuck has it? Come on. Okay. I gotta look at what it is. Okay, it's like this little backwards F looking symbol. There we go. Okay. Next, it's like an upside down A. I just saw it. Now it's gone. Come on, dude. I hate this game. I hate this so much. It's like, man, like, mechanically, this is like a perfectly fine version of Hangman's Gambit. It's just like, can I shoot that, please? Jesus. Mechanically, it's like a perfectly fine version of it, but it's like, of course, there's like this one drawback to it that makes it impossible. Because Hangman's Gambit just has to suck. Okay, next is like, it's another backwards F, but it's like kind of curvy. It's this one. Give me that. Okay. Now we need this one that looks like a 2 and a T. If I can shoot it. There we go. And now we need a circle. Not that circle, the one with the circle on the bottom. Come on. Come on. Where is it? Where is it? Dude, I saw it before. What the fuck? Am I looking at it wrong? I swear that's what I need. Yeah, that's... Oh, no. Okay, I see it now. Okay. I see it now. Yeah, it is that one. I mixed it up because it looked like it was part of a separate symbol. Like the line on the right of the symbol. I thought that was part of something else. But it's not, it's just this one. Come on. Stop moving, you fucking bitch. Hit the fucking thing. Hit it. Hit the thing. Jesus Christ. Fuck Hangman's Gambit, dude. Alright. That's it. It has to only be him. The identity of the person who blocked the door to the arsenal. Really? Maeda-kun, do you know who the killer is? I don't think you're about to say it was Kobushikawa-kun just because the body moved, right? I was just joking. No, thanks to Taira, I could come up with something else. That's right, the only one that could block the arsenal door was no one else than Haruhiko. Haruhiko is the culprit? You're saying he committed suicide? Wait, have you forgotten? As Monokuma said, suicide is forbidden. And if you kill yourself in any way or form, he will treat it as a dog death. Haruhiko was murdered by someone other than himself. That's why Monokuma treated this as a case and a class trial. It was held like this. No, Maeda never said that he committed suicide. He said the person who blocked the door to the arsenal was Haruhiko. What? Like Maeda said, the person who killed Haruhiko with a gun is the killer, Satsuki. But it was impossible for Satsuki. The task of blocking the arsenal, but was possible for Haruhiko. How about it? This means the reason why Satsuki can't be the culprit is now gone. No, that can't be possible. The fact that Haruhiko blocked the door to the arsenal is just a simple assumption. That may be possible in context, but there is no evidence of this. No evidence? No, there's proof of this. I don't mean ill will just because Haru blocked the door without any evidence. But Kinjo wouldn't be unaware of this evidence. Why does he argue so much? Now, let's not be bothered right now. Now the case comes first. The evidence that Haru may have blocked the arsenal door is... where's the one that says that he didn't die, like, right away? Body was found in the arsenal... Oh, was that Kinjo's testimony? I think it might have been. Yeah, it would not have been instant death. Should be this. Wait, what? When I was investigating the arsenal, there was the one clue that I didn't understand. That which showed up on every corner of the arsenal. Oh, the blood? Maybe that. It may be this. Yeah, okay. There's evidence. It's the blood. Blood. The blood that splattered in the arsenal. Everyone has seen it, right? Didn't you think it was a little strange looking? Oh, it certainly felt a little weird. It felt like, well, you know, like it was a road made by blood rather than a blood spot. That's right. It looks like bloodstains wandering around in the arsenal. After Haruhiko was shot, wouldn't it explain he was bleeding while looking for boards, flash and smokescreen grenades? It is plausible, but would it be compelling that Haruhiko Kobushikawa himself locked the door of the arsenal simply by looking at his blood? It's not reasoning, but a realm of speculation. But it's not a contradiction. Only Haruhiko has a certain possibility, and even if the culprit dragged the body, there's no reason for it, it only leaves evidence behind. No, it is a contradiction. Kinjo. I concede that all Maeda's words were all true, but Haruhiko was murdered by a very cruel killer. Let me ask a simple question. Why in the world would the victim help elaborating more tricks for the killer, if not to leave evidence of their crime? The answer is, you don't know about that. But if you wander around about emotional things and look at only the information left in the case, it makes sense that it is Haruhiko that just closed the door, even with the process of elimination method. This is not about being emotional. This is about the victim helping the killer. There can't be such thing. Stockholm Syndrome? I don't believe in any of that crap. That kind of thing is psychotic. Even that requires the premise that the killer has some kindness and gentle behavior towards their victim. But does this reflect reality? Did the killer show kindness to Haruhiko? No, rather they murdered them in cold blood. Maeda's reasoning is the worst, not to mention forced and far-fetched. Hey, what is this Stockholm Syndrome? Don't ask. Okay, never mind. She's just gonna say it anyway. It's when victims are held hostages by a robber or a kidnapper, but rather they think of them as their saviors. It's like a phenomenon that antagonizes rescuers, police, etc., and they take the criminal's side. Kinjo, it's weird. If you were the usual you would rather have ruled out such emotional things and reasoned it out by considering the logical situations. You said I was being emotional? This is natural. You just don't see it. If the victim who deserves salvation agrees to the obvious evil, it becomes impossible to reason with. The choice is not logical here. Saving them is what I have to do. I can't leave alone your pretentious reasoning, and besides that, there are loopholes in Maeda's reasoning. I'll just do what I have to do. I'll refute you. Yeah, here we go. I'll correct that ridiculous reasoning, Maeda. What the hell are you doing, Kinjo? You know it's best that there's no more to refute here. You're making unacceptable reasoning from my point of view. That can't happen. And it shouldn't happen. And if there's anything to refute, then I'll do it, Maeda. Alright. Yep. No. I know what to do. Okay, what do we have? Tori's testimony, oh god, gunshot wounds chest area, Kurikawa's testimony, Kinjo's testimony, cut finger. I have no idea. Say something that makes sense, Maeda. Why does the victim become a helper for the killer? Jesus Christ. Besides, if you listen to Iranami... She tried to kill Haru by herself. She said she shot in self-defense. It's not enough to leave more clues on the culprit. Why would they help the killer with his own death? Okay. However, it's impossible for Satsuki to block the door to the arsenal, if you know that by now, right? At that point, it was only Haruhiko in the arsenal who could have done this. The unnatural bloodstains support this fact. Those are just blood spots. It's possible that the killer moved the body. First, Haruhiko was shot in the chest. Without seeing anything, instant death. No, shit. No, fuck. I forgot that you have to use the arrow keys to shoot, or not shoot, to change blades in this. Kinjo's own testimony proves that it was not instant death. That's definitely what I gotta shoot, though. God, it's... His words take so much damage. Like, Jesus Christ, that takes a while. It's not enough to leave more clues on the culprit. Shut up. Just get to the part. Yeah. I think this is right, at least. I don't think any of this other stuff really applies. Shot in the chest. I think it's this next one coming up. This one. There we go. Okay. Whew. Alright. Kinjo, that's wrong. Haruhiko did not die immediately. You can say what you want, Maeda. As I said, Haruhiko has his chest pierced. Since the bullet hit the body with a wound like that, he would have no choice but to die immediately. That's not what you said. Is that not what you said earlier? No, Haruhiko did not die immediately. His chest was struck, but the bullet penetrated through Haruhiko without getting stuck in his body. Because the amount of shock is relatively less than the one that gets stuck, it would have been possible for him to move. Speculations. Anyone can make that claim. Stop it now, Kinjo. This is not speculation. It was you, Tsurugi Kinjo, who told me this. Ugh. Incompetent, is that true? If it's about the bullet pierced, of course, I'm well aware of it, but... Was it the cop who told you about this? Yes, during the investigation. I thought he had died because he was shot in the chest at first, but Kinjo told me. I heard that his death might not have been immediate, but he could have had trouble breathing, so he was able to move for a little more time. That's... At the time, I just said it as a guess only. Kinjo-kun, why are you arguing so much? In this case, it's like Kinjo-kun is the culprit. We named Satsuki-chan as the culprit, and Kobushikawa-kun did the backwork, but why are you still arguing so much? Shut up, criminal! Haruhiko was murdered. He was also labeled as a victim that I had to protect. A victim who deserved protection. Was actually on the killer's side? Something like that, it can't be. Kinjo. Yeah, I can't listen to this far-fetched logic. According to your logic, Kizuna Tamori was also a victim, but in reality, she was actually a terrifying bitch who was planning a crime. Are you saying that you would tolerate Tamori's murder plan? That's wrong. In that case, was due to the accident, not the victim. Also, refuting such a subject to the incompetent, which it was. Haruhiko Kobushikawa tried to kill Satsuki Iranami. It makes no sense to help him in a situation where it leaves more evidence to the culprit. But look here, the victim you had to protect was the reverse toward after trying to kill someone. They are very good citizens indeed. No. I am... What the hell am I for? For so many days. Many for... Kinjo? Did he fall? Kinjo! Kinjo-kun is down. Kinjo, wake up. Kinjo?
Hey, hold it right there. We're still on trial. I don't admit to going out of the courtroom at your own will.
But Kinjo is...
Oh, this is a headache. Fainting and getting upset during a trial. It's a taboo to get out from the courtroom during the trial. But I guess it can't be helped. Kinjo-kun, I'll take him to the dormitory. You guys don't have to move. Stay in your seats.
Damn. He just gets out like that.
Everyone's been waiting for a while, right? Kinjo-kun arrived safely into his dorm bed, so don't worry about it and let's continue the trial. But this doesn't make things fun. Now Kinjo-kun is outside the courtroom. The fact that he was sent out means that he wasn't the culprit. Now the number of people has decreased by 1. Dun dun dun.
Kinjo, I'm sure he'll be okay.
It's the first time Kinjo looked like that.
As Monokuma said, we're still on trial. Forget about him for now. He's not even dead, is he? Alright. So where do we live off? The culprit is Satsuki. She couldn't block the door to the arsenal. Only Haruhiko. Is it okay to make this decision, then? Does anyone have a different opinion? A different opinion. I think that's the only thing we have. There's no disagreement. Of course, it's logical. As Kenjo Tsurugi said, I also don't understand why Haruhiko Kobushikawa, in the victim's position, helped the killer.
Well, I don't know either. After all, it's like we won't get a different decision now, right? And if you name me as the culprit, then there will be no complaints and no one will be dissatisfied.
Wait, not yet.
What else?
You said that there was no reason to disagree? Why did Haruhiko Kobushikawa help the killer? And why this killer is so excited?
Huh.
The same goes for me. Satsuki, the reasoning about this case is over. Perhaps only looking at the reasoning result. I can't argue that Satsuki is the culprit. However, why? Why call yourself the killer? Are you trying to die?
Well, why, you ask? Well, like I said earlier, I became a nuisance, so that's a good reason, right?
I'm not good at lying, but I think I do better than Satsuki-chan. Don't mess around. You'll be executed if you let this go, but if you die, the truth of this case will remain as a matter that will be solved. I'm a woman who doesn't give up until I know 100% the problem I've challenged. Please tell us, Satsuki. If you really are the culprit, you have a duty to take responsibility for your actions. Tell me, when I thought I was the culprit, all I could do was get blamed. What are you trying to hide? Let us hear it, Satsuki.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just the culprit. That's all I am.
Wow, she started shouting.
I don't know. Baka, 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 baka.
Satsuki. As long as she stays like this, we'll have to force you to open your mouth, Satsuki, about the secret of this incident in which Haru was involved, and the reason for your actions in claiming that you were the real culprit all along. Oh, here we go. Oh, Satsuki. Satsuki, no. Oh. I don't know anything. Baka, baka, baka. Maya doesn't even notice. Okay, yeah, so she automatically does that when I run out, right? Okay, that's fucking awesome then. Oh god. Okay. Come on, shoot. Fuck. Cobra doesn't change. Thank you, Kizuna. Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Okay. We made it to the end. The reasoning is over. Everything is explained. You have nothing more to say. The other pistol that broke Haru's hand. What? I don't get that. Are we saying that, like, he was dying from that, and Satsuki just shot him to put him out of his misery? The reasoning isn't over yet, Satsuki.
It is already over.
No, it's not. There's one more thing that we've overlooked and crossed. Does anyone know?
Was there anything like that?
And Satsuki-chan said, wasn't the reasoning over? It's about the pistol that destroyed Haruhiko Kobushikawa's right hand. That's right. Because we decided it was Teruya's doing it earlier, we went over it. Actually, if you think a little bit, it wasn't Teruya that destroyed Haruhiko's right hand.
What are you saying? That makes no sense, Maeda.
I replaced the bullet, and Haruhiko grabbed it as intended, and his right hand was destroyed. Stupid fool. If what you say is true, the gun he touched should have been shattered as well. Why would it remain intact? Alright. Come to think of it, even when Notori-kun was rushed as the culprit, he said he didn't know why it ended up like that. That's right, I was freaking out for excuses. When I think about it again, if Haru uses the gun as I intended, the gun should have blown up. Teruya, are you sure you didn't touch the two guns? Right, I can assure you this. Trust me, I only touched one gun unconditionally. Wait a minute, then won't it get even more weird? Unless Teruya-kun did it, why did Kobushikawa-kun get caught in the same trap? Tori-kun did and injured his right hand. That can't be deduced by us alone, except for one person, Satsuki.
I don't know.
No, you most likely know why. Satsuki, don't you remember? At the beginning of the class trial, you said, Haruhiko tried to shoot you, and then you grabbed a gun and shot him in self-defense and ended up killing him. From here on out, it's just my thoughts. If Satsuki's words were true, wouldn't it have been that Haruhiko knew that the gun would explode? He knew it was going to explode? Deliberately breaking his hand, was he trying to commit suicide? Maybe so. Let me tell you, this is just unfounded imagination. Just listen for now. I don't know how someone changed the bullets in the same manner that Teruya did, but it was probably Haruhiko himself who did it. Since the second half of the trial, the word suicide continued to rattle, because this case was just too weird to see if it was just an ordinary murder scenario. But in the end, Haruhiko did not commit suicide, because Monokuma doesn't deal with suicides. Even if he wanted to commit the act, he wouldn't have done it because it just ends as a wasted death. So perhaps the thought about it is like this. Was Haruhiko trying to save Satsuki? Yeah. Tried to save her. Deliberately aiming at Satsuki, the gun explodes when shooting. Surprise, Satsuki shoots in response. Even if she shot the floor, she doesn't get hurt and only his hands fly away. Because Satsuki's shot hit him, his death wasn't treated as suicide. Later, when Satsuki leaves in surprise, he remains alone in the arsenal. He himself does the extra effort to make the case even more complicated. Like, for example, blocking the door into the arsenal and messing with the guns. Well, of course, there's no evidence of this, it's just my imagination. The fact that Haruhiko blocked the door seemed to be trying to help the killer, so I thought about it as a basis. Haruhiko, in order to save Satsuki, means he gave up his life? Hold on. That's plausible, but you always finish with the line of your imagination. There's a 0% chance that the incompetent's words are true. Why, I was listening to Maeda-kun and I was rather thinking... Excuse me, sorry. That was the truth. Think first. He gave up his life and tried to save someone else? Humans aren't that simple. They would be afraid to do it. Even in an ordinary circumstance. But it would be even more unreasonable in an extreme situation where there's no food and living like us. But not long ago, Hatano, for Taira, she threw away her life. Ayame-chan. That's not the case now. At that time, even the most extreme situation wasn't there, and she didn't save Akane Taira with 100% pure intentions. Did you forget? Ayame Hatano clearly had a desire to save Akane Taira, but she also wanted to escape from here. She committed murder with such a sloppy heart, although she eventually revealed her true face to us. However, in the case of Haruhiko Kobushikawa, like Ayame Hatano, there is not a single reason for themselves. According to the incompetent, he gave up his life 100% purely to only save Satsuki Uranami. No matter how close Haruhiko Kobushikawa was with Satsuki Uranami, it would be absurd to say that they were family members and gave up their lives in these extreme circumstances. Of course, if that's true, then it deserves my respect. I know, what I said it was an unfounded idea. You didn't really have to refute it like that. Of course, I'm not saying it's absolutely impossible like that crazy cop. I don't think so, but it is absurd. If he had been thinking of Satsuki Uranami like that, he would have done something earlier, but I don't have a clue. But if Maeda-kun's words are wrong, how would you describe the reason for Kobushikawa-kun's right hand? I'll have to think about that more. As expected, it's not going to work out the way I thought. It seems like it's too absurd as Makaru says, and it's very difficult for someone to make a decision in order to save her life, to the point of even giving up his life. Anyways, there's no objections that Satsuki is the culprit, is there? Do we really want to go over Haruhiko's right hand?
I'd like this wrapped up as soon as possible. I'm getting bored of it.
No, but we have to know the truth of this case.
It's true.
What?
Yuki, are you psychic? It's exactly as if you've read someone's mind.
What are you talking about?
I don't feel like an adult to keep trying to hide it and be a nuisance to all of you. I don't think the trial will ever be over at this rate. And as Yuki said, as long as you commit a murder, you gotta be responsible for it.
Satsuki.
Where should I start? Oh yeah, since Kobazin came to my room early in the morning, you know, until this moment came, I couldn't imagine how everything played out.
Oh no, this is gonna be awful.
Who is it, Kobazin? What's wrong? You going around the dawn like this, you'll get hungry. I think I'm going to die hungry than killed. Ugh.
Satsuki, this is not a joke, so listen seriously. I have something to say to you.
Kobazin? Huh? Okay, alright, tell me.
It will take a little time. Follow me for a minute.
Koshikawa, isn't this the arsenal? Why this place?
Satsuki, is your body okay? You haven't eaten anything in a few days now. Is it painful?
Yeah, I'm hungry enough to die, but except for that, I'm fine. But what's this all of a sudden? It's giving me goosebumps.
Actually, I have a favor to ask you.
What do you want to ask?
Kill me.
Huh? What are you saying? Did you commit a sin for being a perv? I get it. It's delightful that Kobazin is lusting for his girls, but it's not enough to kill you.
I said I wasn't playing around.
Yeah, so sorry.
No, it was my bad. Sorry I shouted out of nowhere. Oh damn it, how do I explain this?
Koshikawa, are you about to die?
I've been thinking all this time. When this division was born, it was our fault, right? Even if we had a little more food left, it wouldn't have been so serious.
Well, I can't deny it.
Besides, until now, Kinjo was guarding the arsenal so no murder occurred. But eventually Kinjo went crazy. No one is guarding the arsenal right now. If we don't make a decision now, someone will definitely commit a murder.
So that's what Koshikawa wants to say, okay. You mean that the two of us who are the most guilty will take responsibility?
Honestly, I didn't want to involve you. It was me who first suggested to eat the food. I wanted to end up by dying if I could. But I remembered Monokuma's words. A murder case must happen in order to escape the ballroom, and suicide is not accepted.
In the end, you can't solve it alone, so you need someone else's help, but the person who helps you will also be bound to be executed for being the culprit, so I'll be in risk of death too.
Yeah, I have no other person to suggest, only Teruya or you who committed the same crime. But you know, me and him are in bad ways right now. Of course, I have no intention of recommending this, but the moment you accept this, you will die, Satsuki.
Okay, I'll cooperate.
What?
I'm saying I'll do what Kobazin wants.
So suddenly like this? Will you be okay with it, that you're going to die?
Well, even if we're in the ballroom, we're gonna die anyways.
That's not what I...
Rather than staying still like this and watching my friends become murderers, or starving them to death, I prefer to save everyone and die with Kobazin.
Satsuki, damn it, I'm really sorry. Because of me, you really are a good girl.
However, there's one condition.
What condition?
I don't want to kill Kobazin, so Kobazin kill me.
What? What are you talking about? It's the same no matter where we die, but why do you want to die by my hand?
If I become the culprit, I'll be executed by Monokuma then. I hate that. I'd rather be killed by Kobazin.
You're going to grab a gun in the arsenal here anyway and kill me, but do you think it hurts a lot when you're shot?
It's not a pain or a problem. I don't like being killed by a thing like Monokuma.
You don't want to? No, there's no way I can kill you.
The same goes for me. How can I kill Kobazin?
What are they doing? Huh. There will be no end to this. Instead of fighting, why don't we sit down with this nonsense?
That's because Kobazin first looks at me and suggests the impossible thing, to kill him.
If you can't, why did you accept then? Then don't do it.
That's no good. I've already decided.
Then kill me already.
Well, again, I can't do that. I really value Kobazing, so killing my friend is...
I'm not happy that I'm your favorite, okay?
Wow, Kobazing's face is blushing.
Oh, idiot. I'm talking about an important thing here, and we're going back and forth. I'm not messing around. Ah, my stomach hurts because I haven't eaten anything.
Are you okay?
You know, we don't have much time either. It's a fact that I might die tomorrow. In the meantime, the others may be in pain or planning a murder.
Everyone's in trouble.
Satsuki, what if we do it like this? Have you ever seen a Western movie?
Western movie? I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. They walk back and forth in a courtyard, then turn around and shoot at the same time after someone passes. Or some time passes.
Yeah, let's decide with that. In the worst case of this, we could kill each other, but it's still not suicide, so the others will be able to live.
It's uncomfortable that I have to shoot Kobazing, but okay, that would be fair. Let's do it with that.
Alright, if it's decided, let's move. Pick one pistol.
Kobazing, are you still not done? What's taking you so long to pick a gun?
Wait a minute, almost done. Okay, are you ready, Satsuki?
I'm not a girl who goes back on their word. Besides, it seems to be more fun to decide this way.
Fun, you say? I already said it again and again, but seriously.
I mean, we played a lot of games so far, right? Basketball, running, poker, darts. As a result of doing my best without looking at our fights at all, the total was equal.
Was it like that?
I remember the results of all of our previous matches, so probably so far, Kobazing and I had 14 matches, 6 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws in perfect balance.
You really have a good memory on useless places.
Suddenly, I thought this was the last game, so it made me feel strange. I can't believe that I'm risking my life at all.
If you want to give up now, you can tell me. I really don't want to force you.
No, because I'm serious too. Like Hobashiko said, I'll stop playing around. Are you ready?
Yeah. From here, go back and take 3 steps. We'll shoot at the same time after that.
Okay.
Oh. Satsuki!
Haruhiko! Kobashikawa?
Oh, no! No!
Kobashikawa, Haruhiko, why did you do this?
Good. Satsuki, the last game was my victory. He purposefully... Wait! No, is that why he was taking so long? He purposefully changed the bullets? Oh...
That's not what I mean. Why did Kobashikawa's hand explode?
Sorry.
I saw it. This is unbelievable. Let's do it again.
I was worried about what would happen if I died immediately, in case I was hit in a bad spot. Fortunately, it looks like I'm still alive. Ugh. I'll tell you what I can. Sorry, Satsuki, I lied. Because you killed me and wanting to save everyone. That's not the truth.
What?
Who I really wanted to save was you, Satsuki.
Me?
Ugh. It was useless information, so I didn't tell the others because it would just confuse them, but I was searching for a few days, and I found a badge with the head of Monokuma on it. Because I found it, Monokuma appeared and said he would give it as a prize, and congratulated me on finding the treasure. He found it!
That's the treasure Monokuma said? It was really here?
There it showed me a photo of me and you, kissing, doing a selfie.
Kobashikawa, even at a time like this, what kind of joke?
It's real. It shows our commemorative photo with you as my lover. You shouldn't forget. And then it vanished.
Kobashikawa, and we've never done such a thing.
It's the same for me, too. There are no memories of pictures of me and you, let alone kissing. We met here for the first time a month ago. Ugh. But why? It doesn't feel odd. Even if that photo was a manipulation, I felt unknown emotions. And I thought that I didn't want to let you die.
I have no idea what you're saying, Kobushikawa. Stop it. It's too cheesy.
Put up with it. I'm already going to die anyways. I wanted to say this much. That maybe I've liked you after some point. Even if I die like this, there are guys like Kinjo, Makaru, and Maeda, so they'll find out about this in a minute. So you better go back to your room. And as usual, pretend you don't know anything. Leave the rest to me.
Why are you saying that, Kobushikawa? Stop it. Stop talking.
And no matter how much they think, they won't know that I, the victim, did all these tricks. Part of it was to pretend to shoot you on purpose and give away my right hand. It's a pretty old gun, and it can explode while pulling the trigger even if you put normal bullets on the magazine.
Kobushikawa, you can't die.
No, I'm going to die. And Satsuki, you can live. Leave it to me. I can't make someone as cheerful and as happy as you die like this.
Kobuzing!
I'm sorry for doing this in such a crappy way, and when the trial is over, tell the other guys that you're sorry too. I'm sorry that I fought with Teruya. I'm sorry for sacrificing Kinjo and the others. I'm sorry that my feelings don't want Satsuki to sacrifice herself. Oh, damn it. It hurts real badly.
Kobuzing, don't move. Don't die.
Of course, I'm doing this in order to die. Once you leave, I have to get the job done. You have to go, now, before someone sees this.
I hate this. This is wrong. I want to save you.
Please go. Because this is my last wish. Please listen. I want you to live.
But...
Leave. Oh. Yeah, just do that. Thank you, Satsuki. Whether it was real or fake. I still loved you. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, I'm actually tearing up from that. Oh my god. Oh, that's horrible. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, man. Dude, I don't think a fangan has made me feel this way since, like... Oh god. Like... Danganronpa Chapter 3... Rampa and Friends Chapter 4... Like, oh... Oh, fuck. Yeah, oh, yeah, there are the tears. They're coming down. Oh. Jesus Christ, man. Alright. Let's keep going.
Then I went back to my room. As Kobushikawa said, I stayed still until morning. I didn't know what trick Kobushikawa was going to do at the time. I wasn't sure until I heard your story in the trial. This is all I know. Like Yuki said, Kobuzing was by me while intentionally trying to save me, in order to confuse you while doing so. In other words, he did everything in order to save me.
What is this? This is too much. Haruhiko was apologizing to me. I tried to kill him. I see now. If he saw the letter sent by Teruya, he wouldn't go to the arsenal in reverse. Nevertheless, the reason Kobushikawa went to the arsenal was because Haruhiko didn't even notice Teruya's letter from the beginning. It was only to sacrifice himself and to save only Satsuki. Hold on. Then why? Why did he do it the same way as Teruya Tori? The gun exploded in his hand the same way. Unless he did some kind of trick and did it in advance.
That's what I thought, too. But when Haruhiko chose a gun, He was doing something in the corner for a long time. He was the kind of guy who was telling me that guns weren't fun or usual, so I wonder if he had some kind of knowledge about them.
He did say that he had, like military... That's why he fucking said that! That's why he fucking said that! That wasn't a free time event, that was just... That's why he said this shit about having an interest in the military. God damn it. The stupid... Oh my god, her face! We've never seen that sprite for her before. Oh my god, Makaru. I think she's finally broken by this. At least starting to. That stupid idiot. He really gave up his life for others, and you just kicked the opportunity that he arranged to let you survive. What were you thinking? I don't understand this at all.
I know that Kobashikawa liked me, and he didn't want to do this. After all this, I've been struggling a lot since then, until the class trial was held. I don't think that's the way. It's so unreasonable for all of you to die just for one person, right? I feel sorry for betraying Kobashikawa, but I'll be happier if you guys live.
How can that be? Blood-related familiar actions are a law that puts one's life most importantly. For people you just have met.
Well, I'm not as smart as Makaru, so I don't think I can give a very cool reason for it. I just told myself I was the culprit, because it makes me convince myself that I did this.
But then why? Why didn't you say everything from the very beginning and hide the truth more suspiciously? Because you didn't even say the backstory, you just said that you're the killer, so it's a rather confusing reasoning.
That was because of Kobashikawa. He decided to take a chance between all of you in order to save me. Because of this, especially if Kinjo finds out, it would seem from Kobashikawa's view, who had already died, that I would have insulted him. I did not want to do anything that would put more disgrace on Kobashikawa anymore, because he already died to try to save my life. That's what I told you at the end. Still, don't think badly of Kobashikawa. He wouldn't have thought of this, and even if it wasn't for Kobashikawa, we would have all died.
Such a thing. It's not possible. Satsuki-chan, are you really satisfied with that? Even if we live, you will die.
No, I'm fine dying, but why are you all so worried? I'm very fine with my choice. No matter what happens, don't forget to smile. It's one of the teachings from my own brother, and it's my belief too.
But after Haruhiko died, you cried, right?
That's off topic. Please just think Satsuki wasn't Satsuki for a minute.
Satsuki.
Yuki. Thanks to Yuki, I was able to do everything. Rather, I feel relieved. Oh yeah, I was impressed to see Maeda come with the whole truth about Kobashikawa. Yuki is a real teacher in my heart. Well then, Yuki, I think we can finish the trial soon. Give me that thing you always do at the end.
That?
Yeah, that! Climax reasoning, let's go!
Oh. From now on, the climax reasoning will begin. Would you like to hear the tutorial? Tears are ready, man. They're already... Fuck! I don't want to do this! What the fuck? Oh! Oh, what do we have? What do we have? Haruhiko's fingers flies... Okay, wait. Haruhiko's finger... Haruhiko... Stay on the thing! Haruhiko's fingers fly by pulling the trigger while being shot by the culprit. Blocking the arsenal door with a wood plank. On top of it, flash and smoke grenades are placed. Putting a letter below the door, same way as the first case. Being busy wandering around. They came to the conclusion... Okay. It shouldn't be too bad. This is obviously the one we gotta do first. Okay. Dumbass, that stupid himbo didn't even see the note. Here they are. Arguing about stuff. Is this where they do the thing? That's after. That's after. Okay, yeah, this is what we want. Then that's where his fingers fly off. Oh, what the fuck is this? They're like both in the similar spot, dude. I don't know, it could be like any of them. I'm guessing we put this here and this here, because this is about the plank and that is like next to the fire grenade, so that's like the setup. I think that's it. Okay. I'm gonna read this one. I know I kind of skimmed through the last one, but for Haru and Satsuki, I gotta read this whole thing. First, this case begins with not from the criminal nor the victim, but from Teruya. Teruya couldn't stand the extreme situation and began working on a plan to kill Haruhiko, the victim of this case. Teruya first started to write a note to Haruhiko, asking him to come to the arsenal. This was done with a paper and pen that only Teruya had in the ballroom, where there was nothing else other than weapons. Teruya, who had finished writing the note, then puts the note through the doorframe of Haruhiko's room. This was the same way that Mitch did the first murder. Then Teruya, who put the note safely into the room, first entered the arsenal before Haru arrives. This was in order to do some work. That task was to load non-standard bullets into a pistol magazine. When a person shoots the pistol into that state, the gun explodes from the inside and destroys the hand of the person who used it. Teruya used this method to let Haru use the gun, and thinking of making him shoot, and that's the reason he went into the arsenal before anyone else. Having done everything he needed to, Teruya quickly returned to his room and waited for Haru to come out of the room. Teruya's plan was to enter the arsenal later on with Haru. However, as Teruya returns to his room and stays on watch of the hallway, he fell asleep due to the accumulated fatigue. This was everything Teruya had influence on in this case. Meanwhile, at that time, Haruhiko was probably having a lot of trouble thinking in his room. As we just heard, Haru was already planning to save someone dear to them, at the cost of his own life. Originally, he felt responsible for running out of the food, but the discovery of the treasure was triggered to start his life-threatening plan. As the situation gets more and more extreme, Haruhiko feels that he can't wait any longer, and he begins acting. He decides to meet with the person who was chosen as the culprit for this case. At this time, whether Haruhiko saw Teruya's note or not is uncertain, but it's very likely he didn't pay attention to it in the first place because he was immersed in his own thoughts. Haruhiko's plan was a plan that took place in the arsenal, but if he saw the note calling him into the arsenal, he wouldn't have headed there in the first place. Either by luck or misfortune, if Teruya hadn't fallen asleep, a fairly complicated mess would have unfolded. After a while, Haruhiko safely met the culprit. Until then, the culprit hadn't even realized the true purpose of this case. Haruhiko asked the culprit to quietly follow them into the arsenal. They went into the arsenal side by side. God, that's so creepy. One may have thought no one would know, but in fact, all of the actions that Teruya and these two were doing while walking around the corridor up to this point were being shown to Kurokawa. She wasn't sleeping from the very start and was keeping watch of the hallway. In actuality, it was Kurokawa that upped most of the weight into solving the mystery of this case. Because Teruya went to sleep, the killer and Haru entered the arsenal without anyone's interference. Only then Haruhiko, who was alone with the culprit, confessed his feelings for them. I think it went this way. Someone was going to do the murder and asked them to kill themselves before that to save everyone. This is what they asked the culprit to do. Once they accept, the culprit would also be executed for committing a murder. It was certain death, so Haruhiko didn't want to force them into making such a difficult task, but the culprit did not hesitate to respond to Haru's proposal. However, the culprit refused to kill Haruhiko himself. Conversely, they told Haru to kill them instead. Aww. Haruhiko did not want to kill the culprit as the culprit did not want to kill him, and they kept arguing to each other in vain for a while. Haruhiko, who felt there would be no end after going like this, was determined to make a fair suggestion to both sides and asked. A decision to shoot each other at the same time, just like a game in a Western movie. In the worst-case scenario, both could have been shot and died by each other's hand. It didn't violate the two's goal of saving the others, so the culprit agreed with this proposal and began preparing. The culprit and Haruhiko were choosing a gun for each other, and we heard that Haruhiko was in the corner of the room. This was probably to manipulate the magazine with the bullets at this phase. We all know the very consequences of this. Indeed, Haruhiko did the same thing Teruya did earlier. It was to load it with non-standard bullets. How Haruhiko did the same thing as Teruya, I'm not exactly sure whether it was coincidence or not. Maybe it was because Haruhiko, who had a lot of interest in firearms from the beginning, so I think he accidentally came up with that method by pure chance. Either way, there was only one reason Haruhiko did this. He didn't want to shoot the culprit. The two of them, ready to go, stand a few steps away and pointed their guns at each other after turning around. But even though the culprit sincerely tried to shoot Haruhiko, he was going to lose to them from the very beginning. And so, as Haruhiko intended, his hand was destroyed and he was shot by the culprit at the same time. The culprit, who couldn't understand the situation, ran to Haruhiko. Then Haru told them the truth. It wasn't us that Haru really wanted to save, it was the culprit themselves. Although Haruhiko was dying, he was hoping that the culprit would survive, and he said he would do the rest to save them since he still was breathing to do one last act. The culprit was unconvinced, but soon they decided to accept Haruhiko's last request, and left Haru to do the job once they got out of the arsenal. Of course, the trail of this was also being monitored by Kurikawa. After confirming that the culprit was safely gone, Haruhiko began the final cleanup while keeping a short life as much as he could. First, Haruhiko picked up the flash and smoke grenades from the arsenal, and likewise put a wooden plank inside the arsenal door between the handles, and then put the flash and smoke grenades on top of it. This could only be done by the people inside, and thanks to that, there was a lot of difficulty when we tried to reason it out. The plank served to make the door to be forced open while being crushed, causing the grenades on top to naturally fall on the floor and activate. Subsequently, Haruhiko started messing around the arsenal to make it look like the culprit did it, although it didn't connect to anything. And as a result of repeating a series of processes and blocking the door and cluttering the interior, Haruhiko's bloodstains were all over the place inside the arsenal, creating an unnatural bloodstain like a path of blood. Haru, who finished everything just before his life ends, reached to his feelings of satisfaction, because he was able to save someone they cherished. But in the end, later in the trial, the culprit confessed by their own will. However, we weren't able to know that it was Haruhiko who planned all of this. All of this happened at dawn, and later in the morning, Teruya and I broke into the arsenal, and Haruhiko's body was found. In fact, in this case, the person who would be called the culprit was close to Haruhiko, and the culprit who just lost his life was the victim himself, who actually finished his trick. But in the end, Haruhiko wanted to save the culprit, even at the cost of his life. The culprit of this incident, the identity of the killer who Haruhiko cherished and wanted them to live so much. Oh my god. Oh, look how painful he is. No, she can't be smiling at this. Oh. Fireworks? Was that circus horn in the background? What is that? Satsuki Uranami. It was you. Oh.
Perfect, indeed. Maeda has a good reasoning, but maybe you have a talent for organizing cases too?
I'm not happy at all. Me neither. Satsuki Uranami. Satsuki-chan.
Why is the mood so sad? I didn't go out to see you like this.
Satsuki, you've always been like that. You're a strong girl. Much more stronger than me.
Is that a compliment? I don't know if it's strength or not, but even at times like these, it's my goal to be happy even in the worst atmosphere. Well then, Maeda's reasoning is over now. Shall we get to the voting time?
Satsuki, can you really do that? To just die and not be scared?
I don't want to die. Of course I'm scared, but it's already gone water. What else can I do but to accept it? At least not all of you will die, because you all can live. By sacrificing only one, I'm satisfied with that.
I'm not satisfied with that. No! 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 Yay! I don't like it. I don't like this. This sucks.
Hey, Miss Uranami, why do you keep trying to go ahead of the trial here? I'm the host. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It seems like you guys reached a conclusion. And that's all. Now you guys vote with the switch in front of your hands. Who will be chosen as the blackened? And your answer, will it be the correct answer or the wrong one? Now then, what's it gonna be?
Look at her face. Her stupid, cute little clown nose. I don't like this.
The voting ended unanimously. The culprit of this case and the blackened is... The identity of the blackened who killed Kobushikawa-kun was Miss Satsuki Iranami. You guys were right. Congratulations. Actually, what is with this case? A murder case that is not a murder. If I knew it would be like this, I would have made the rules more thoroughly. Hey, isn't it already too late?
Everyone's speechless.
Hey, everyone, you guys are doing it badly. I, as the person in charge of this party, can't you please be a little brighter?
There's no way I can be happy. Satsuki-chan is going to die now. Because it's painful. Satsuki worked so hard for us, throwing her own life. We couldn't do anything even after reaching this point.
You're wrong. It's not that you can't do anything.
Satsuki?
Yuki, didn't I tell you before? Hope is not to be found, but to be created. You know why I decided to save you all by sacrificing myself? Because that was my own way of creating hope.
What do you mean?
If I survived by myself, it would have been meaningless to live in a world where there's no fun and no kobazing around. And more than anything, my power to defeat that guy is not enough. Oh? I'm smiling right now, but I'm more angry than anyone inside. I hate the mastermind, don't you guys? We're being treated like this because of that big dummy. If it wasn't for him, Kobushikawa wouldn't have died. Maki died, Hika died, Tamori died, Hatano died. Yamaguchi wouldn't have died, and Nori wouldn't have died, or Yuhara either.
We know that, even if we don't say it. If it wasn't for Monokuma's influence, we would have entered Hope's Peak safely and have a pleasant school life.
That's right. Although more than half of our friends have already died, I want to defeat Monokuma no matter what happens. I want to punish it. I want to smash it. Hey, why are you saying all that stuff in front of someone else's face? So, I'll bet my own hope on all of you.
On us. Not New World Order right now.
I never wanted much. I'll be leaving this world soon. I just have one thing. No, wait. Please promise me two things.
Anything.
1. Be sure to survive for Kobazing and me. 2. That Monokuma guy. Please give it good beating to that mastermind. Full paid revenge.
Satsuki-chan.
This is bad, really bad. You dare agitate the students as you want in front of me? The headmaster of this school even insult me in my presence? Annoying. Anyways, Miss Iranami was chosen as the blackened, so she's to be punished in the end. You won't make fun of me anymore when I'm done with you. In that regard, I have prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate clown, Satsuki Iranami, for your crime. Come and give it your best shot. I'm not afraid of anything like you. My friends will definitely kick your sorry butt.
Wait, Satsuki, you don't need to be executed. I'd rather die. It's my fault too. I'm a sinner too. It was me who tried to commit a murder. I'm supposed to die. Monokuma, execute me. Satsuki has done nothing wrong.
Now then, let's go. A very heart-pounding punish. Monokuma, hold on a minute. Time. What? Jeez, you're tipsy. Way to ruin my mood. Let me say to my friends a few last words. Teruya, didn't someone tell you? No one is bad. Monokuma is the bad thing here. Everything is because of that thing. If Teruya keeps feeling guilty, then try harder to catch the mastermind. You don't need to be sorry at all, but if you die and make atonement, then that's the end.
Satsuki.
And for you, Tyra is strong. You have a very strong heart to overcome Ayame's death. Please keep supporting everyone like you always do.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Satsuki-chan. Thank you.
Next is Makaru. It's the first time I've seen Makaru act so surprised. I don't know what makes her so surprised about it, but as long as Kinjo is in that shape, everyone needs a genius like Makaru. I know that's kind of an unreasonable request, but please try to cooperate with everyone and find the mastermind who brought this terrible misfortune on all of its victims.
Oh, Makaru.
And Kurikawa... Stop! Shut up! Who said I was waiting for your long speech? Don't say anything disgusting with the smell of hope. Punishment time begins. That's too much. When the villain is found out, you're supposed to wait for them. Let's go hard. Punishment time. Kurikawa and Maeda, I didn't get to say anything to you guys, but I'll leave the rest to you guys. Oh, and one more thing, I almost forgot. Kobazing, I love you.
No! No! Oh, look at her sprite! It's so cute! Oh, she's so silly goofy. Yeah, it's a circus. What is... Oh, she's in a barrel. It's just like Mario Party 2. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her little blush. What is... Satsuki Crisis. Oh. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, did she get shot out of that? Oh. Fuck. She smiled. She smiled throughout that whole thing. She didn't stop smiling. Oh. God damn it. I need a drink of water. I'm sorry, I need a minute. I'm not cutting any of this out, by the way. I don't give a fuck. I'm not cutting any of it out. You can see me suffer in silence the whole way. Ugh.
Pooh! They ended up like that, trying to play a hopeless game. Adios, funny red-nosed lady.
Satsuki-chan, no. Damn it. Damn it!
What do you think? Sad, right? Desperate, isn't it? What a lame hope. You guys won't be able to do a thing before you punish me.
No, it isn't.
What was that? Maeda?
Who says I'm desperate? I'm not like that at all, right? Maeda-kun? Of course, I'm really sad that Satsuki died. But we have fully inherited Satsuki's will. You won't stop us anymore. After I came to Hope's Peak Academy, I'm more full of fighting spirit than ever. Monokuma.
Did you suddenly take your medicine? There's nothing scary about burning raw spirit alone, though.
He's not alone. Makaru? From this moment on, I will retract my previous solo actions. I'll cooperate. To put Monokuma in the trash. Oh my god, Makaru-chan, what kind of change is this? Don't be mistaken, I'm not trying to play friends here. I now owe a debt. Because of that, I have to pay it off.
Why is Miss Makaru suddenly doing this again? Miss Makaru just needs to do as well as before. Poking around and having fun? Why should you care about Miss Iranami?
Shut the hell up. Iranami Satsuki is a human being that deserves respect. I've seen this for the first time, ever since I was born in this world. To be able to give up one's life so purely for others. That is what I would call true hope. It was a life that guy tried to save anyways. I'm fed up with murder games that are not fun. Murder games that are getting boring. Doesn't that seem like the perfect time to beat you down, Monokuma? No, rather the mastermind controlling you from the shadows.
Huh? No matter what you try, you can't do anything. It's already beyond your own grasp.
No, it was you who kept us in the ballroom. We made up our minds right before they died. You will run out of ideas. We already know a lot more about you than you can imagine. Now it is you who's cornered. Well, I don't know, but everyone is working hard, so I will too. I'll do my share for Haruhiko's sake. Me too. We will definitely get you, Monokuma. I'll avenge my friends who have died so far.
What's with these guys? Rather than despair, they're burning with fight alone. You guys are bluffing. You can't do a thing anyways. You'll find out soon that you're only left with despair.
And so, the fourth class trial ended. We lost two of our friends, Haruhiko and Satsuki, who couldn't be exchanged for anything. The will that the two gave us was definitely engraved in our very souls. We're no afraid, a step by step from now on, will be a big leap towards true hope. Kinjo! Kinjo! Can you hear me? Answer me if you're awake. Immediately after leaving the courtroom, Makaru, who finally offered to cooperate with us, disappeared before we could call her. Everyone except Makaru went to check on Kinjo's condition. However, Kinjo was silent. We had no choice but to go back to each of our rooms with a little cluttered feeling. Damn. Wait, was that a doorbell? Yeah. Someone is there. What? Who is it? Is it morning? It's not even 7 a.m.? Hey, come out already, Maeda. What? Wait a minute. Who is it? Makaru. Why did you take so long to answer? Was it because to feed information to the mastermind? Makaru? What? That's a moody expression you've got. No, it was just Makaru coming to my room. I wonder if the sky is going to divide in two now. It can't be helped. As I mentioned yesterday, I decided to cooperate with you in order to defeat the mastermind. I know that, but why did you suddenly change your mind? I told you, I'm going to follow Iranami's idea. Hitano was a great person, but Iranami is more than that. Just because she's a human who can. As if, Maeda. Don't make me say useless things. You're always drowned in every story, aren't you? Sorry. Also, now you're calling me by my name now. So, are you dissatisfied? Want to be called incompetent for the rest of your life? No, of course not. It's better to be called by my own name. It was a bit embarrassing to be nicknamed incompetent, though it was accurate. I haven't admitted it yet. I don't want to be friends, but I want to have at least the courtesy as long as I have decided to cooperate. Makaru tends to be weird like this. Usually she looks down at us and ignores us, but she doesn't do it recklessly. She admits something that can be admitted whenever necessary. Stop talking about nonsense. Come to my room right now. What? In Makaru's room? What are we doing today? Suddenly asking for that. I don't care if you get feelings for me, so shut up and follow me. I'm getting tired already. Okay. Whoa. Oh, Rai-chan, did you bring Maeda-kun too? She called her by her first name. It's Taira, Atori, and Kurikawa too. Hey, don't do that shit, Sho. How many times must I repeat that you're not my friends? Everyone, what happened? Oh! No! No! He has his goggles! He has his goggles! It looks like Makaru came out of her room at dawn and called us one by one. Teruya, those goggles. This one, it was Haru's. It was left in the dressing room. I brought it. This is an atonement for myself, and also my own commitment to continue Haru's will. We need to move forward. That's right. The efforts Kobushikawa-kun and Satsuki-chan, we should never forget. The will of our friends who have died so far, but we can't just be sad anymore. Now it's time for us to fight back. Bit by bit, very little, but something is starting to change and starts to move. Our hope is to not find it, but to create it. Only those words struck in my mind. So, why did you call us? Damn, she's got a whole setup in her room. This is an operational meeting. As long as I have decided to cooperate, everyone here will beat up Monokuma and together we shall escape. Hirai-chan, being an ally makes you feel so reliable now. Everyone here. Wait, then what do we do about Kinjo? When I look at that guy, he's a statue. Doesn't respond to anything. And I don't even know if they ever will wake up, but even if he wakes up, I'm not certain if they will ever recover. Then, of course, if we have him, you should be comfortable, but throw away your lingering regrets. We have no choice but strike out. Because I felt the fighting spirit from you, I choose to cooperate. Makaru, staying away from us till now. Have you found out something? A lot of pile of things. Those of you who have not found anything are more curious. First off. Wait a minute, there can be a surveillance camera here too. Are you okay with that? Are you an idiot? Of course I know. That's why I called you into my own room. My room is the only one that can jam our surveillance cameras. To put it bluntly, it's instant jamming. Instant jamming? Tori-kun, do you know what she's saying? Not at all. In short, my room is safe. The words here will not be leaked to the mastermind, and our appearance is not visible. Really? Amazing. How did you do it? Power room, audio-visual room, and I assembled some useful parts from the warehouse. That's how I made it. It's only a temporary measure, so even if it's not perfect, it'll be safe. Makaru, you didn't spend time alone. Of course not. You better thank me for inviting you. So, the first goal is to find out the identity of the mastermind? Of course, that is the most important thing, but before that, let's look at the preconditions. Preconditions? Why did we get involved in this division? I mean, that's the biggest mystery. Why did Hope's Peak Academy become this way? Why doesn't anyone come to save us? But that's the first thing we said with the others, right? At that time, we were both Kinjo and Makaru, but no conclusion was made. No, unlike them, there's one fact I do know. At first, I thought it was a hypothesis because it was nonsense, but I was convinced after yesterday. Makaru, you don't mean... Yes, it's a fact. A considerable amount of time has already passed since we entered the school. And the truth is, we don't remember it. Mikako-chan. She okay? Also, I knew you would react when we talked about this, Mikako Kurikawa. What? What's this all of a sudden? I'm obviously deeply grateful to Satsuki, and thanks to her, I was told to cooperate in order to punish the mastermind. But before that, there's a traitor we must catch. Mikako Kurikawa, you know something. Honestly, I'm dubious about your true nature. Tell me everything you know. If you can't, then I'll consider you in the mastermind's side. No way, is this true? This is nonsense, right? No. Trust me, If you're innocent, tell me the facts that you know. You do know that there's not only one or two suspicious actions you've done so far, right? Why did you shut your mouth? Are there any circumstances that you can't tell us? Makaru, don't do that too much. Kurikawa has to calm down before... What?
Hello, everyone. It's morning, 7 a.m. It's wake-up time. Let's have a lively one today, too.
Morning announcement. It's already 7 a.m. That's not the problem right now. What?
All right, almost forgot. I don't know if everyone had a good night, but I want everyone to please go to the gym. I have some great news to inform you. See you soon. Pooh.
What? I'll leave this story for later. But just so you know, I won't move on this time. Mikako Kurikawa. What's the great news? It's only been a day since the trial was over, and suddenly... We'll just have to go. We have no choice. Oh, no. Makaru and Kurikawa. The air that seemed to flow smoothly got tense in an instant. In this tense mood, Monokuma shows up to add even more anxiety. We all go to the gym as Monokuma said, without concealing the unpleasantness. Is Kinjo still awake? Or still asleep? There was a reality waiting for us that we could not imagine. Wait, what? The first thing we knew as soon as we entered the gym was that Kinjo didn't come. If Monokuma didn't say anything, it only means he still fainted. But that fact is so casually forgotten, because a more shocking scene unfolded in the gym. Huh? Who? Wait, what? 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 It's him! What the fuck?
Everyone is here. The class trial ended yesterday, but I'm sorry for calling again so suddenly. But no matter what, there were things I had to tell you. It's a bit early, but I'll announce the motive. A surprise motive event. Introducing the transfer student. This time, I transferred to Hope's Peak Academy, the ultimate inventor, Yamato Kisaragi-kun.
Yamato? Not Hanzo. So that's his descendant. Or, okay, it feels weird to say descendant because I don't think the guy's that old, but like, either his son or some kind of nephew, family member, or something like that.
Please greet him with an applause.
What the fuck? Kisaragi? Nonsense. Yamato-ni? She knows him. A suspicious figure who suddenly appeared as the transfer student. With his appearance, the situation began to unfold like a roller coaster. No! What the fuck? You can't end it there! What the fuck is going on? Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. I'm speechless. What the fuck was that chapter? What the fuck was that chapter? Okay. Alright. Well, I'm broken inside, and I have a million questions about everything. Yeah, okay. So, obviously, that was my favorite chapter so far. That was absolutely my favorite chapter so far. You know, as much as it hurts that literally my two favorite characters died in the same chapter and had literally like one of the most heartbreaking scenes together that I had ever seen in a fangan. It was too beautiful, man. It was really good. I love how Makaru changed from it. I love how Teruya changed from it. I liked the motive. The motive was exciting and fun. I love that everyone got to be in a different outfit. I loved how much Tsurugi is finally starting to open his eyes. And if he doesn't start to fucking change his ways after everything that Satsuki did, like, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a serious problem. He needs to take notes from Makaru and seriously work with us now and not be on such a high horse, because, like, Jesus Christ, Satsuki. I don't know if, like, because the game is obviously, like, you know, paralleling certain story beats from Trigger Happy Havoc. I don't know if it's going to end up being that Yuki is, like, the ultimate hope, like Makoto is, But, like, I'm sorry. There is no person in the entire, like, fangan universe that deserves the title of Ultimate Hope more than Setsuki, in my eyes. She kept going. She truly never gave up. She never fell to despair. She's the ultimate hope. Satsuki is the ultimate hope. I don't care what anyone says. She is the ultimate hope, and as sad as I am that she's gone, you know, we've got to take a word of advice from her and just smile. Just keep smiling on about it and keep going forward with hope. And yeah, we're gonna keep going for her. If you made it this far into the video, 1, thank you for watching. 2, please comment down below a smiley face. It can be just any kind of smiley face, however you like to do your little smileys. Just do a smiley face for Setsuki. Please smile for Setsuki, okay? She went out with a smile. She always smiled through everything. She always kept the mood bright. She was so good. Haru was so good too. He always tried to keep everyone positive. So please smile. Smile for Haru. Smile for Satsuki. Is that their ship name? Hatsuki? I don't know. Yeah. Smile through the pain. Just, I don't ask for much. I don't, I try not to do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing. I don't care about if you like the video, subscribe or not. I don't care. Unsubscribe if you want to. Please comment a smiley face for Haru and Satsuki. Please. That's all I ask. Please comment a smiley face. Just please smile. And, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. I need some tissues. Goodbye. Ugh.